All right, welcome all. We are back and we just went through all of our files. We're set up for success. We can now get into it. Now, first thing I need you to do, everyone, is let's get the setup done. We're going to get, and really this is 5 marks of your major project. And of course, completing everything we just did in the last video also makes up a portion because I need you to get your files ready for final output, right? So we are in InDesign here. Yes, make sure that that is ready to rock. Now create new. We did this last week and we'll do it a few times today. This is a really important step. In InDesign, as we know from last week, there are a lot of different settings here, aren't there? We've got our margin, we've got our bleed, we've got our column, we've got our pages, we've got our gutter, right? Primary text frames. So what I'd like to do is let's turn on preview to begin. That's really important for us. And that should launch a white document like so. It will then allow us to see our document being built as we do it, because we do have a few things that need to be addressed and added. Yeah. Are we all here at the same place? Your document size may be different, but I would say you're probably at a 7x5 because we created a 7x5 last class. And I don't know that you maybe have been in InDesign since then. So that being said, I would guess that 90% of us are probably at exactly the same settings I currently have here, which is great because we can all start from the same spot. Now, if we look at our major project instructions, you will notice a few things, right? We have an overall width, we have an overall height, right? And so let's go back to that for a sec. Just have it open, right? For anyone who needs to, it's good that we just get it open so we can make sure we duplicate exactly what we have here. Okay, so I'm going to do this. We'll just zoom it in a bit so we can have a look at it and understand what we're looking at. Cool. This is our overall. Yeah, we have a few things that are very obvious. Well, first off, we know what our width and our height are. Yeah, beautiful. You ready? Let's start there. Well, let's name it, but let's start. It's going to be 5 plus 5 plus a half. So we know that in our width, we're going to do this in one large document also all, okay? Typically how covers are done, all right? When you print them, you have them all as one piece, okay? Especially if it's a nice glossy litho cover, you want to have the front back and then you flip it over and do the inside front back, yeah? Which would be a separate plate or a separate, it would be on the same plate, but you know, pagination as we looked at in a few weeks ago. Now we know, sorry, 5 plus 5 is a half, 5 and a half, 10 and a half, plus or by, oh my God, speak, 6. All right, let's do this together. You ready? First of all, let's give it a name. And I gave you a naming convention for this as well, didn't I? Let's go here. What do we got here? What do we got? There it is. InDesign package file, your name, major, blah, 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 blah. PDF, blah, 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 blah. So let's start here. I'm going to go in. Can I do this? Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to right click and copy and paste. Done. Change your name. Good. Major Project 3 game cover. Fantastic. Good. If not, just type it in all. Your name underscore Major Project 3 underscore game cover. Nice. We know in our width, we just looked at it, 10. First of all, make sure you're in inches. We should be because we were there last week. 10.5. That will include our spine. You'll notice it will change. Good. We know it's 6 in height. So 6. Amazing. Hey, fantastic. You'll notice things are changing, right? So our document now currently is size as. We're golden there. That's beauty. One page is great. Don't need text boxes. This is really important here, though. What we're going to do is we're going to set up our spine. Yes, we know that we have a 1/2 inch spine, don't we? So what we need to do is we're going to create 2 columns. Yes, so go ahead and click from one column. I want you to click up and make it 2. Now, some of you are probably defaulted to like what do you guys defaulted to? 0.125 maybe in your gutter size?
Mine's 0.25.
Okay, great. So Jordan, you're at 0.25, probably along with everybody else. So what I need you all to do is change it from 0.25, which looks like this with a column like this. Remember, we looked at this in our I remember when we did our impos together, this was on that, things to remember. It's called a column. I need to increase that, not by 0.75, but 0.5. Hey, look at that. We've got our spine set up now. So we've got our overall document size set up. We've got a spine in there at 0.5, which we know is half an inch. Fantastic. 2 columns. Awesome. We all get that okay? Should look like that. So now we've got our document size set up. We've got our column for our spine set up, so we know where to place everything. Margin, extremely important. Now, we worked on the postcard last week, and we know that we were working with 3/8, right? So 375. I know I picked the one freaking thing that has like the smallest live area on it. And I digress. Please, 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 I mentioned this over and over again. This is this is not typically how your printed piece will look. Having a margin like this gives me anxiety. I get like the stress balls here. It's too close, but that being said, that's just how PS5, PS4, PS3 game covers look. They literally have next to no live area. I think probably the reason being is it's fairly small. They want to fit as much information as they possibly can on a video game cover, yes? So hence why it is so thin. I'm going to keep calling out, though, remember your live area will typically grow in size depending on, and the things that we do in general terms all, right? Yeah, so I don't know. It's what it is. Do we get that okay? 0.125 in our margin. And we know that because that's right here, right? There's our margin. 0.125. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch right here. Note, live area. Our bleed, we know what that is because that is a default that we've always gone to. And you're like, really? What was that again? 0.125 is our bleed. And again, we did that last week, so it should be defaulted for you. Sound good? Did everyone get that okay? We, in essence, have now got your cover set up. I can leave now. I can go home and you guys can go home. We're all at home, but you know what I mean? And we can call it a day because now it's just a matter of placing elements, designing the elements. Your setup, though, is okay, not quite there. Let's hit create. Is there any questions with that? Remember, it is being recorded.
Yes, Mitch, what is slug?
Your slug is for printers, and what a slug is, it's actually it's information that prints on a plate. And remember, we looked at the plates for the printing method. It's basically where your bleed lies, but it's information that you might want to have on your plate. So if it's like form 1, section 2, CMY, or magenta. So if you want to put, and again, I don't get into it because you don't need to worry about it.
It's like having a header in a Word document or a...
Sort of, but it doesn't print.
Okay, thank you.
It's non-essential. It's essential for the printer because they need to know the information, but no one ever sees it. Okay, so that is what slug is at, and don't even give it a second thought. I don't know, in all fairness, in the 3 years that we have you, I don't know if you will deal with it. You may. I haven't taught all InDesign classes throughout our time together. I think I've got layout 1, layout 2. Shit. I don't know if I haven't done layout 3, so I don't know. I think there's a layout 3. Anyway, it's all good. Hit create, okay? Good call out, Nisri. Now, we're ready to rock. Let's hit Command S. Amazing. We're going to put that into our working file. Get out of SAD robot. That may be where it defaults you to. Make sure you're in the proper folder. The reason it defaulted to SAD robot is because that was the last time we used this together, right? So it remembers that file. So we need to make sure we're out of it. Get out of that folder. Go into your major projects, and we're going to go into game completion together. Nice. Working. Amazing. And we're going to save. Good. So good. You have officially got your document set up all. We're almost there. There's a few things still need to be done. One thing you will note is there are no fold marks on this for the printer, right? This is a manual thing. The printer typically would do this for you, but hey, let's do it. We've done this in Graph Design Fundamentals. Let's do it here, okay? We won't manually enter in crop marks, everyone. The reason being is crop marks are put on as an automatic thing. When I say automatic, it's not automatic. You need to click on crop marks. Full marks, though, on the other hand, these things differ, and it's good that we manually put them on so that our printer understands where we want it to be. It's going to be clear to the printer, and they typically will put this on for you, but it's great that we can do that. Are you ready to rock and roll? We're going to put full marks on here, okay? Now, that being said, I want to open up our workspace, and let's go into CAB. Okay, I'm going to reset CAB 2021. There we go. So everyone's literally on the same page, right? I'm going to minimize my Illustrator here. There we go. All right, so there we go. Let's go into layers for a second. And what we're going to do is we can get organized with our layers. Really important, right? This one I'm literally going to call out as print. I'll call it out as print marks, okay? Now, print marks, literally, it's just going to be full marks. So I guess we could have even just called it full marks if we wanted to. But I want it to be on its own layer, okay? Right at the bottom at the base, okay? Now, line is right here. See this? Hey, what is it? The slash tool, okay? Is it forward slash, backward slash? Just click on the line tool for me. That's this little plus sign here. And if you click, here you go. You got a line. Now you'll find that the line for me, it doesn't come up with anything. And the reason being is it's stroked with nothing. Nothing. So we need to change that, right? We need to make this black. Okay, there we go. So there's a black line. Yeah, looks good. These are like, can you do that again? Of course. Go here to where the T is. Underneath the T is the L or the slash. And this is the line tool. Okay, you can use the pen tool as well. It'll do the same function. I'm just going to use the line tool because I just literally need a line. Now, another thing I want you to keep in mind, we are going to add fold marks in. We know from Graph Design Fundamentals that our full marks, they start at where? Do we remember? On the document.
At the end of the live area.
Yes, which is what line?
It should be in the middle of the gutter.
Yes, that's where it starts. Where are we going to start the full marks, though? Where does it begin?
The bleed.
Hey, good job. Right on the bleed. Absolutely. So what I'd like everyone to do is we're going to go here. Now, I'm not quite ready, though. I want to set up a few. Sorry, I digress. I want to set up a few guides. Okay, so do this with me. We know, as in Graph Design Fundamentals class, we had to draw guides everywhere. I'm going to ask you to do the same with me. You ready? What we need to do, guides are right here in our rulers. Command R. Yep. Just hit Command R. You'll notice that they also show up here in our properties. How cool is that? Yeah. You've also got your baseline grid and your grid. If you ever want to grid all, this is so handy right here. Oh my goodness. We won't get into this, but the grid is fantastic for laying up document. See that? It's right here, grid. We talked about this. Oh, sorry, right here. We talked about this the other day, I believe, and how important a grid is. Now, we don't get into it, but you will in the coming semesters, okay? This is so great if you have a hard time laying document up, right? If I know that I can always stay to, anyway, I'm not going to get, let's just get this set up. That being said, baseline grid, you'll get into actually next year. Rulers and right here, Command R, right? So all these things are here for us, which is really great. You got your Snap to and Smart Guides, right? Which is really great. Hide and show Smart Guides. Now, that's your Command U. Anyway, let's just get into this. Ruler, yeah? Drag a ruler or guide over. You'll notice that you then have a guide. From top, ruler, drag. We know this, right? We've done guides before. And the ruler is where we lie that. That's where they lie. So what I want everyone to do is go here, grab a ruler. I just hit Command Z to undo. I want us to just go here, and you'll notice that I have Snap to Guide on. And I would like everyone to turn that on. If you did that and you found it didn't really snap anywhere for you, then what you can do is go here. I believe this one is snap to, lock and hide. And we'll go to snap to here then. It's in the extras. There you go. So right here, everyone, go to view, grids and guides, and I want you to have snap to guide on. Okay, amazing. Looks good. Beautiful thing. Now that that's on, you will find that the guide will snap exactly where we want it to be. Keep in mind, check this out. If you're on the inside of the artboard, the guide will be contained within the artboard. Isn't that cool? If you're on the outside of the artboard, the guide will then extend past. This is exactly what I want you to do. So make sure you're on the outside of the artboard way up here. It should then snap-a-roo. Check this out. Your guide can also be manually moved right here. Transform, see this? Guide 5. If I want this guide to be at 5.5, 5.5, and I hit return, hey, look at it. It just moved to 5.5. Isn't that cool? Move back to 5. Cool. So that's good. I'm going to do another guide. Go here. And I think you can even do a selection on the guide and look at that. You can actually do it right. Hey, you want to try using our repeat or duplicate function? Command, hold command down. Option, just like in Illustrator, just like in Photoshop. You can literally duplicate guides. Isn't that neat? Click and drag. And you've then got
Hey, Mitch, I
Yes.
think at least for me, I don't have to hit command. You can just hit option and then drag.
Oh yeah, depending on the, oh yeah, cool. No, see, I'm on my line tool, Kat, that's why. If you're on the
It
black,
wasn't me. Just saying, wasn't me.
oh, sorry, Kat. Who was that, Maggie?
Yeah.
Awesome. Were you on the black arrow already, Maggie?
Yes.
That's why.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was on the line tool, so I always hit command to go back to my black arrow, but good call out. Yeah. So remember, I always hit command and there you go. So either or, hit the V key to go to the black arrow, then you can do it that way without hitting command option, right? Awesome. Good call out, Maggie. So there you go. You've got a guide just like we did in Graph Design Fundamentals. The reason this guide is so absolutely integral is because I've got to know this is where my, right? This is where my full mark is going to lie. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got that done. We are missing one other element to this, aren't we? As per the instruction right here. And can anyone call out what we're missing? We've got bleed on everything. We've got our guides now set up for our spine. But we are missing one element that isn't on here.
Live area?
Amazing. Yeah, Nazreen, good job. Live area. Fantastic. The live area to the spine is missing, isn't it? We need that because that's what we're going to utilize right here for, right? Our live area here is missing. So that's great to have put in place. So we're ready? Do this with me. Back to it. I just showed you how you can put a guide to the outside of the artboard, and let's do one to the inside of the artboard. That way we just don't have guides kind of everywhere. This will keep it contained, right? So let's go in and I'm going to drag another guide out. Here we go. Now we know we got to do some math here. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, math, really? Kidding me? If you hold the shift button down, you can get this to a place where you need it to be. Now we know that this is at 5 inches, right? We also know that our bleed is ready. Check this shit out. I'm going to go here at 5 inches minus 0.125. Are you kidding me? Cross your fingers. Boom, baby. Check it out. 4.875. It does the math for you. How cool is that? Remember, Illustrator and InDesign are mathematical based. They work on lines and points. It's all math. Yeah. It's not like raster based. So, and I'm not a big mathematician, but this is pretty simple math. So clicking on it, transform our guide. It's telling us that our guide is on. We can do a minus 0.125, which is an eighth of an inch, as we know, hit return, check it out. If you're like, bro, you're killing me, don't stress, do that again. We know that 0.8, at least we got the math done. We know it's 0.875. You can manually do it as well. And what I'm going to do here all is look at that 0.875. It will come up with you right there as the X value. It'll also show up there in the transform as well to the top right. You can hold shift down if you wish. That will then kind of snap it, also make your life a little easier as well. So 4.875, don't care how you get there, but let's see that we get this guided as part of the file setup.
Which I don't understand anything. So why did we do 5 minus 0.125?
Because we're doing our live area, Nazreen, and our live area, remember, is an eighth of an inch. So
Okay.
we're getting this right here set up. The live area.
Yes,
Now our live area is an eighth of an inch, which is 125.
yes.
So if we're at 5 and I subtract 0.125, you've then created a live area of an eighth of an inch.
Okay, thank you.
Good?
Yes, got it.
Awesome. And like I said, if you want to, Nazreen, if you want to manually do that, you can as well, right? If you want to just grab a guide and drag it. So remember, this is live area, everyone, okay? You can drag it manually and just bring it over here, and it's going to be 4.875, right? And we'll let go. Super tiny live area, isn't it? But you should find now that that space is identical from here and then leading in. The only thing is, of course, you've got this added guide coming down, but that's okay. It gives us a nice indicator. We're getting set up. Now, one more time, I'll try this with me. Grab a guide, drag it over. Again, you can do this two ways. You can just, with it selected, you'll notice, right, here we go. We know that this is 5.5. Let me just go over this. Sorry. We know that this is at 5.5, this guide, right? Or their spine, because that's where it ends. So we can drag this over at 5.5. It'll snap, right? Let go. We now can see it up here, X 5.5, because that is where the spine finishes. If you go here and do plus, well, it doesn't really need to do plus. We can just go 0.125. Oh shit, it won't even, oh, I got an equal plus. Okay, so if you do the wrong, if you do something, you screw something up, don't worry about it. We'll say plus 0.125. All I'm showing you is you can do math, that's all, within the program, which is cool. That may be like, bro, yeah, you lost me on that, and that's okay. You can just go here and drag it out to 0.625. So notice right now, all I'm at 5.625. And if I zoom in, I don't know that zooming really helps. You can all see this, but now I've got live area for the front cover. Live area for the back cover. Now, remember, we didn't do live area on the spine. I actually got rid of it because I find that you've only got 1/2 inch to work with. If we were to bring in an 1/8 of an inch and an 1/8 of an inch in the spine, you literally have like an 1/8 of an inch right here. And I think that being we're okay to go ahead and utilize the spine as we wish. Okay, let's do Command S. Hey, we're doing good. We're at 22 right now. And we've got our guide set up. We've got a live area set up. We've got our overall document ready to rock. Hit Command S and save. Good. Now check this out all. I have print marks, but notice how the print marks, the guides are actually built in this layer as well. Isn't that neat? Guides are in essence objects. They're non-printable objects, okay? Keep in mind that that's kind of what they are. You can move around objects. We'll get into this and branding together and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Now, what are we doing next? Save it, Command S, yeah? Go ahead and do that. Sorry, holy heck, back to the line. I knew I'd missed something. You ready? Let's go to the line or the pen tool. It's all good, whatever you wish. Okay, hit the D key. Go ahead and hit D. Remember, the D key will get us back to default. Always handy, right? So when in doubt, hit the D key when you're with the pen tool or the line tool. That'll just default you back, okay? Spacebar command. Let's zoom on in here. Good. So spacebar command, zoom in on your area here where your full marks will lie. Okay. We got this. Got this. Good, good, good. We're going to go here and I want you to hover over top. As called out, our full mark begins right here at our live area, like so. Do not draw your live area there, and do not draw your live area there. This is live area. This is your trim. This is your bleed. That's where we want to be on. And we know that, right? So I'm going to undo, undo, undo. So line tool is on. Make sure, again, we have guides, snap to, on. Whoop. Snap to guides needs to be on. You can even turn smart guides on. They're handy. Now, this is cool because you'll see as you're hovering over top of guides and so on with our snap to and smart guides on, it's going to give you a little white arrow and it's going to basically tell you you're on a guide. And you're like, yes, thank you very much. So we can go here and just start clicking and dragging. It should find that intersecting area. Okay. Now, what's the length of our guide, everyone? Our full mark. Do we know? We know what that is.
1/2 inch.
Boom, baby. Hold down shift. Good. So now we've got shift held down. We've started our guide. I haven't let go of my mouse yet. I'm just kind of moving around, right? It should snap, of course, because we're on a shift is held down. Look at this. Isn't this cool? You have an automatic length that should come up for you. L. We're at 0.19 right now. So we're almost at 1/4 inch. No, we're not. There it is, 0.19. We know that 1/2 inch is 0.5. What I want you to do is go here and just get it close. I'm going to get, look at that. It'll go right on for me. 0.5 inches in length. Let go. Hey, all right. We laid down a full mark. Isn't that fun? Again, this is a manual thing we're adding in for our printer to let them know this is where we want it folded. Again, this may be one of those functions a printer may do, but it's great since we're duplicating what we've done in Graph Design Fundamentals. It's a great thing. Now, the next step, we know it's not a solid line, but it is a
Dotted,
marks
dash.
dash. Yeah, that's right. You got it. You're like, dude, just finish it off. Let's go. Okay. Stop asking questions. Here we go. Stroke over here in our properties panel. Yeah. I want you to go here and have a look. Just like in Illustrator, you have the ability to make different types of lines. Check it out. You've got diamond. Go ahead and try it as a diamond. Hey, neat. We don't want diamonds. We don't want, hey, dots would kind of work, but that's not really what we want. But we have dash 3x3 and we've got dash or 3x2 and 4x4. Let's do a dash 4x4. That looks good. Okay. But these are here. Check it out. You can do a wavy line. Ooh, isn't that nice? So when you're designing in InDesign, you have these abilities to go in and do a chevron if you want, or, you know, triple thickness on a line. So if you're placing images in, these are like, you know, the borders that you put on your frame, right? So I'm going to go in dash 4x4. Amazing. That's it all. Fantastic. Okay. Now, if we look at color, you'll notice that my color right now, and go to color here, this little palette, we can even just drag this out a little bit. Oh, sorry, do this. I apologize. There it is. If we look at color, so click on the breakout. There it is. If we look at the color, you'll notice it's at 100% black, which is great. This will only print on the black separation plate. This is only going to print on the key plate. Yeah. Now you're like, okay, what is that? Well, I'm just kind of letting you know that, you know, it's not going to print on cyan, magenta, and yellow plate. Only it'll show up on the black. Okay. Does that matter? Not really, but I thought I'd mention that. Now, registration, on the other hand, and you've seen registration marks before. They look something like so, right? Oh, sorry. So here's a registration mark. Ah, shit. We should probably lock our guides down too, shouldn't we? But our registration, right, looks something like a so, right? There we go. And we've seen registration marks, right? Now, the idea of the registration, the whole purpose of a registration mark, this isn't print class, but I just wanted to make mention, is that it is in all 4 colors. Okay. So if you go into our, let's have a look at our swatches here for a second. You'll notice that there's a swatch here called registration. See that? The reason it's called registration is exactly because of this registration mark. If I click on registration right now, everyone, just to show you what this means, this black stroke and circle will print 100% ink in cyan, 100%, 100%, 100%. This is what, and we looked at this in print class, this is exactly what the printer uses to line their separations up, to make sure that cyan, magenta, yellow, black hits exactly in sequence and looks perfect. If it happens to be off ever so slightly, right, you're going to have, right, magenta, yellow, and cyan, right? You're going to have one of those be off. So if they're laying on top of each other, right? There's our registration mark. This is an awful example, but you get the idea. Now the printer knows, oh shit, my yellow and my magenta are off. I've got to adjust my keys, or I've got to adjust I've got to adjust the plate. Okay. So the difference between regular black and registration black, I didn't mean to get into that with you, but it's just good that we understand that. Now, you ready? What I'd like everyone to do is go into view and let's lock our guides down. You can actually do it, I believe, right here as well. See this? Lock guides and click on that. Nice. I'm going to go back to my workspace and reset CAD class to 2021. There we go. Good. So back at it.
Mitch, how do you lock your guides again?
It's right here in our guides and our properties, or you can go into view. Do this with me if you'd like, Jordan. Go into view, guides and grids. This is a really important dialogue for all of you, okay? So if there's anything out of this view panel that you're going to want to go into quite a bit, it's probably going to be your guides here. That being said, you do have it there to the right, but we want to lock guides right there, okay? It should have a check beside it. If there's not a check beside it, then check it off. Or you can do it right here as well. All of you notice guides and properties. Yes, and just lock it down. Lock. It actually should almost be like, that should be locked, but I think it's the other way around. Lock guides. There you go. You'll know it's locked because now if you're trying to grab the guide, you'd be like, what the heck? Nothing, it's not selecting. Yeah, that's right. It's perfect. We've locked it down now. Okay.
Mitch, in view, in proof setup, what's the difference between document CMYK and working CMYK?
Let's not get into that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. That's a question for another day. There's a whole lot of print dialogues and settings that you're going to get into when you get into the pre-flighting end. And yeah, document CMYK versus working file and working image within files. Yeah, there's, okay. That's, let's just, we're good. Now, are we ready? Command or V key. Did we all get a black line with dots? And is that 5 inches? That's a good start. Yeah. Check it out. Look at this. It's actually giving us where it lies. See that? Our X value is hitting it at 5 inches. Isn't that cool? So it's telling us that it's hitting on the 5-inch mark, right? On the Y value, it's at negative 0.375, which is really interesting. It should be 0.125. I wonder if it's going here, negative 0.1. No, that's really odd. It's like it's going from the center. Anyway, maybe it is the center. I don't know. 0.5. Do this with me. Hit the V key. Hit command. Drag. And let go. Do that one more time with me. I want you to go here. V or black arrow, option. You'll notice select, drag across. Amazing. what you will find is it will snap to both edge, center, edge. A little finesse here, okay, all? Just get it right in the center mark. You can zoom in here and check it out. Boom, right in the center. That's beautiful. Our printer now has the spine marked out, at least on the top. Zoom out, everyone. Spacebar command. Zoom out. You ready? Let's do this one more time. We work smarter, not harder. I want you to marquee with your black arrow, hit the V key one more time if you haven't already. And I want you to go there and do a marquee select on those two guides together, like so. You got it? Now I want you to hold Option down. Now, by holding Option down, check it out. You can actually do a duplicate of this entire group. There it is. I say entire group, it's 2 lines, right? So what I want you to do is marquee select like I'm doing here. Let go. Option. Hover over top. You're going to need to, again, you might need to zoom in a little bit. Option. Get near the center. See, it's kind of finicky because it's going to say, do you want to extend it? Do you want to make it larger? Do you want to rotate it? And you're going to be like, stop. I just want to grab it and duplicate it. So you need to kind of be in the middle, right on the line. See how I'm doing that? Right there. That's what you want. Of course, what we're going to do next is click, hold down, don't let go, and drag downwards. Click, don't let go, drag down. Amazing. Now I'm holding shift. If you don't hold shift, you still will find that because smart guides are on, it should do a pretty decent job at keeping it in line. You'll notice that that center line kind of comes up, and that's your smart guides in action. To be 100% safe though, all I always hold shift down along with everything. So I now have command shift held down. I'm going to drag down, whoop, and I'm just going to let that snap in place there. You can double check it, spacebar command, and just zoom right in. Bada boom, bada bing, all. You can all see that. Hopefully we got that all right. Our full marks are now perfectly set up. Our printer will be super happy that we did the work for them. Their plate or their actual impo probably, this is a custom made book or a spine, but it is a, well, not custom because it's a PS5 cover. They'll have their own setup in the printing area, but that's all good. Command S, everyone. Look at that. 5 marks, bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, isn't that nice? That's all I needed for those 5 marks, okay? Now, we've got 8 minutes. Yeah, what can we do in 8 minutes? Well, before we end the video, you're going to need to bring in everything that we've worked through or everything that we've opened up and played around with. Let's do that really quickly. Are you ready? We know that place is Command D or file place. Let's go in and just place our brains out. Yeah, Command D. Let's start there. Let's go into cap class. I'm not going to do this for you. This is your major project, and hence why I don't want to go too far into it. There is a video that kind of goes over this anyway, but I want to move on. So we have originals, mandatory elements. Let's just bring them in from top to bottom. PS5 vector. There it is. Right? Look at that. Now, I'm still on my print marks layer, but let's just get stuff placed here really roughly. Click. Don't let go. Drag. Hey, PS5 logo laid in. Command D. Legal copy to typeset. Awesome. Hit open. I'm going to literally place my copy. For this, I'm going to place my copy right here, though, to the side. Wow, that's a lot of shit. Look at that. There's our legal copy. Okay, done. You'll need to typeset that in here. That's your job. Now, let's do Command click. Command D. What else we got? Barcode. Good. And let's just try to click it. Done. All right, there's a barcode. Got that in there. Command D. What else we got? Back legal, barcode, back legal, blank TIFF. This is important. This is what we're going to use for all of our typesetting. This, of course, is for reference. So let's go here, back legal. Remember, we made that a CMYK TIFF. Open. I'm going to go spacebar command and let's zoom in. Okay. We know that that's got to line up right here. So I haven't clicked yet. I just have it ready to be placed. And what I'm going to do is let's do this, everyone. Get really close to the edge of our live area. Click, don't let go, drag. You kidding me? Look at that. Isn't that cool? We are going to snap that right to the other live area edge and let go. Boom. Oh, look at that. Oopsie. It's not size though, is it? So that's okay. This is where we use our fitting. Remember we did fitting last week? You can fit frame proportionate. And in this case, I want fit frame proportionate. Let's do height. Boom, baby, done. Okay. Same thing here. If you click on the logo, so select on the image, everyone, hit fit frame proportionate. You can try this one and this one. Now it should fit perfectly. Okay. You can try the auto fit as well. Let's see if that freaking works. I don't know if that actually works. I'm going to try that. I clicked on the auto fit, Command D. Let's place the back legal blank one more time. If you missed that, you can try it now. Click, drag. See if that works. No, it doesn't work. Never mind. Auto fit, you're full of baloney. And so I'm just going to do that. Nice. Okay, let's move that down really quick. You now have that in place, ready to rock and roll. Don't worry, this is being recorded, so you need to come back and do this by all means. Click, right? Click and click. Good. Our PS5 logo is pretty much there. There's a few things that we're going to need. I'm going to need you to do. Make sure you zoom in and you have a look at how these covers look. I need the logo here. Okay. You can investigate. I want you to do some research. Look at what your covers look like. You got the logo placement here. You've got, anyway, it's all good. Also, it is in the other video that I have done. Okay. Now it is for the PS4 one, but the same premise holds true. Your barcode goes here, of course. You're going to need to place some copy in here. Your game rating, Command D, is right here, ESRB code. There it is. And we can click, lay that in. There you go. Good. Command S, let's get this saved. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is a dog's breakfast. Yeah, it is. It's all good. This is what we're going to do, though. This is where we need to work, right? We're going to get it all typeset. Now, where are we at here? 2 minutes left. Oh my goodness. When it comes to doing this, we can look at pick one. The beauty and something that's really neat about InDesign here is because it masks things off. If you click on it and you're like, yeah, you know what? Mine is mature. So I got like Grand Theft Auto. And I'm going to be like, I need to, you know, with this, hit the V key, black arrow, select on the box. Now, remember, this is the frame. And so it works just like a mask. We're just going to mask off the area that I don't want. Yes. So in this case, I want it to be a mature. So I'm going to go here. And again, V key, just select it. And all I'm going to do is grab the frame and I'm going to go here. Okay. There you go. Now, my client hasn't decided what their rating is yet. We're still in the proofing stages. You are, I'm sure all of you know, there are even games that get released where there's a rating pending on it. They still haven't decided yet, right? I don't know. They want to release the game. Are they allowed to release it without? I don't even know. So I'm going to go RP for now. Okay. Now, be very careful when you grab your images because we know that there's this little white circle that's there that comes up. And if you accidentally highlight the image with the circle, you're going to grab all the other ESRB codes. See that? Oopsie. So the great thing, though, about this, everyone, is think about how if your client comes back and goes, oh, we've now decided we want mature. You're like, perfect. You can then go here and change it to mature now. And then you're done. Cool, eh? This works really great for doing product catalogs where you have like 100 t-shirts and they're all in the same object. And, you know, typically, you know, there's the black t-shirt, you know, there's the white t-shirt, there's the orange t-shirt. And all you do is you go in and you, anyway, it's all good. So I'm going to go, as mentioned, to a ratings pending. Good. Hit the V key, black arrow, and we know that that's got to go right here in the ratings pending. So maybe I'll just take that and we'll get it in place. Okay. Now try this with me. Command, the best short key you're going to get in InDesign, aside from Command D. This is the best one. You ready? Hit the V key. So black arrow. Hit Command right now. So now we've got a black arrow with Command held down. So it's different from our usual command, because I always hold Command down for any other, if I'm on any other tool, right? If you're on the pen tool, for instance, I hit the P key. We hit Command. We know that brings up the arrow, and in this case, white arrow. But with the V key, now Command, you've then transitioned into automatic transform. Beautiful thing. So try this with me. Hit the V key. Click on the object, hit Command. You got it? Hover over top of that code. Click, hold down, don't let go. And oh yeah, look at that. This is the way we like to design, isn't it? Not squishing stuff though. But this is, we're visual people, aren't we? I don't want to work with frames all the time. The frames drive me crazy. But what you can do is once you're happy with something, you can size it up and down by holding Command and Shift always. Shift, please. So the reason that's awesome is I can then just go in and get it placed. Now I do have Command still held down, force a habit. And I'm going to go here and get that right there. And there. Command, Shift, click, drag. And we'll get that in place. Boom. Done. Now this
Mitch,
is, yeah.
just a question that kind of plays into typography as well, but isn't the ESRB distorted text? Or is that the font itself? Because it looks very distorted and like,
Here?
yeah, like
Yeah.
is that this?
It may be.
Okay, I was just wondering.
The ratings pending is ridiculous. Their kerning needs work. But yeah, like I said, it's not optimal. It's not perfect. Yeah, they probably took out
No, I wasn't judging. I was just like, hold on, because this looks very much, you know, like the thing. So I was like, have they actually just had that this whole time, or yeah?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know that they really,
Nice.
yeah, good call out. I don't know that they really cared much. They just were like, let's squish it in.
Valid.
So faux pas, right? So, and it might, I think I'm pretty close. I don't know if this is exactly the same thing. Maybe they don't do this. It's all good. What I wanted to show all of you, notice this. I have this copy that's built into my TIFF, right? If we want that to disappear, a nice quick way to do so is by filling this frame in white. So check it out. I can literally select on an image frame, grab your swatches or any color for that matter, and notice you can change the frame. See that? Now that won't change the logo, that will change the actual inside area that the logo is placed. Isn't that neat? The reason this is neat is because if I have things like this, instead of going into Photoshop and cloning this out, which I probably would suggest you not clone, you could even just go and delete it. I can go here, and just to make sure that that game rating is like gone and not there, I can just go in and fill this frame in white. Check it out, white, boom. So now when I put that logo over top, notice that the frame then hides any of that stuff. Cool. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let you place your own logo there. You're going to need to make a lot of text frames with the T key. You're going to need to then place the barcode. You're going to need to place this copy and format it. Oh my goodness. You're then going to need to go in, maybe create an amazing back cover. You got a spine to play with. Oh shit, and something else we didn't look at, but it should be there, is the box here for your spine. We didn't put a white box here, did we? And so we can do that really quickly if you'd like. You can do that with the frame tool. I want to take a break here. Let's go into the rectangle tool, everyone. You can hit the M key, rectangle. Like, yeah, thanks. And we're going to go here, click and drag. All right. So actually, let's do it from here. Let's have a look. Sorry, I digress. How big is this again? It's a 1.5 inch white box. See that? And that is starting from the bleed. So this is a spec that's really important, right? We want to start here, click, hit the M key first, rectangle. I want you to enlarge the box. As you're snapping, you'll notice Smart Guides is on. So it's kind of like snap, 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 snap. It wants to snap to everything. We know that it's 1.5 inches. So I am right now at 0.18125. I need 0.5. So I'm going to go here. There it is there, 0.5. See that? Amazing. I'm going to let go here quickly for now. Just to call this out, what I'm going to do, I'm going to want you to change this up, but just colorize it. Of course, it won't be blue with a black outline, but I'm doing this just for reference for you so that you know that it's there. There we go. Now I just hit Command, go into the black arrow. This is a placer, right? Your logo, the PS logo is going to go here and it's going to go here. Okay. As mentioned, this is also in the video if you want to check it out. I think this is good. It gets us really well set up. We don't need a stroke on it, mind you. So I'm going to go in, get rid of the stroke. There you go. Oh, this is great. Now, layers, layers, layers. We didn't do any layers, did we? Everything is on the print layer. This is not cool. The last thing I want to do though with everyone is let's just get set up. As mentioned, that's pretty much the end of our setup video. We'll take a break and come back. But what I wanted to do is, yeah, I want you to do this. You got 2 weeks to work on it. So I want you to put some effort and time into it. So that's fine. I'm going to get into the Adidas flyer. We'll do that fairly quick. And we'll hand in what we get done. The video that you want to watch next is right here. I even walk you through setting it up. Okay. It also walks through how to submit, which is important. So if you even want to just click on here and watch to a point where, you want to.
Yeah, hi all.
Oh, shit.
That was
Yeah, that's enough. And now I've got the green screen of death here. I find I've got to change my screen mode. But this goes through everything that we just kind of went through. It also goes through your front cover and how to save that. And oh my goodness, it's right here for you. Okay. Complete InDesign walkthrough there. So watch that. You'll all do well. The only thing that you need to keep in mind, of course, is the height is a little different. So that's all that matters. But we've done it together. So we have the proper height. Your cover, Command D. You should have that cover that we had in Photoshop that I had you open up right here. Yes. The only thing we needed to do with this, number one, make sure you flatten it. I'm going to say yes. Amazing. Number two, make it a CMYK image. I'm going to yes. Perfect. Number three, Command Shift S. Or file save as. Don't save over your PSD file. Oh my goodness. And then what we can do is I'm going to save this final. I was happy. You got it all graded. Everyone's done their major project. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put this into my originals file. And this is now Mitch Major 1 PS5 cover, TIFF. And that's it. You flatten it. Image or layer flatten, TIFF file, save, CMYK, sorry, save as TIFF, save it. Just go with defaults. Okay. Command D, Command D in InDesign, go in here to originals. Notice it's still saving. Whoop, whoop. There it is. PS3 or PS5 front cover. If you click there all, this should now fit.
Mitch, I'm sorry. Now, when we do that TIFF thing, there's a window that says TIFF options. Do we need to do anything with that?
No, leave it as default, Mesrine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And now what you should find, everyone, is you have yours set up properly. I don't have mine set up properly because remember I made it 6 when it really should have been 6.5, 6.25, because you guys have your bleed added. So mine is incorrect. My width is perfect, but my height was wrong. You'll notice mine is not going to the bottom, and that was my fault. Remember, I just did a quick crop on it and made it 6. That was wrong. You all have one that's at 6.25 because it has an 1/8 on top and an 1/8 on bottom. Yes, but that's it all. Now, sorry, that will be yours, of course. You'll place your video game cover. If you want to put the ESRB code on the cover, go for it. If you want to add your logo, of course, has to be placed. So bring in your gaming logo, Command D, find your logo, bring it in. Yeah. If what else we got? You're going to need to put this logo in a few different places. And you're going to want to duplicate that. Yeah. Again, watch the video. Okay. I want to get into our actual in class so we can just get that done. I know there's a lot here. Play with it, mess around with it, investigate it, have fun with it. Fun, maybe not the word. Command S. Okay. But that in essence is what I need. As mentioned, you can finish by watching those videos. I don't want to go through your entire major project with you in class. That's not what I'm here for. I want you to actually do the work on it. So sound good? I'm going to stop share. As mentioned, if you have watched that video, as mentioned, and you're still confused, hit me up, okay? I'm here to help. Okay, good. So let's take a break, 10 minutes maybe. We'll do 40 minutes of making an Adidas ad together. We'll just take a screenshot of it, upload it for your marks for today, and then we'll be good. Yeah, Alexandra, are you okay? Everyone good? Sorry, I just saw you unmute there for a sec. Good, good. Awesome. Everyone's okay. Hey, it's our last, we got 40 minutes together and then we're done. You can go and hop back in your cozy bed if you want. Maybe you're in your cozy bed right now. I don't know. So sorry, let me stop recording.